Hello everybody, I'm Max Braddock alongside the four-time NEW World Champion Erwin, and we welcome you to NEW Brawl. Next week, violence is golden. 5, all 4 title matches have been determined. The European title is on the line as we see a rematch of Juan Gonzalez and Bruce Brown. Fox is running double duty that night in 2 more rematches. Titans of the divisions clash as Foxy Valentines face the Outlaws. Fox will also face Alice Young once more for the Women's Championship. Then the betrayal of the year comes to a head as Snake gets his hand on Rick Weaver. Title versus career.
Yeah, it's going to be a great night at Violence is Golden 5, no doubt about that. But we have one more brawl to survive before that happens. Some great matches here tonight. Jake Richards versus Charlie Braddock to kick things off here.
Yeah, of course, Charlie Braddock unsuccessful in his last outing against Lobo Mysterioso. But we haven't seen Jake Richards in quite some time, Max.
Yeah, that's true. I think he's been doing some more training at Hotel Pain, just trying to redefine his game a little bit. I mean, all the tools are there. I mean, just look at the size of this guy. And, you know, he's got surprisingly agility for a guy his size. So, you know, he puts those two things together and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with here in NEW. It is only a matter of time and momentum. A win over Charlie Braddock, who obviously has created his own legacy in Ronin Pro before coming back here to NEW. You know, it could be a great statement win for Jake Richards here tonight.
Yeah, Jake Richards only 2 years here in NEW, currently ranked number 36. Former NEW Men's Junior Champion of 70 days. Trying to make headway towards the UK and European Championships, which are currently held quite high in the rankings.
Yeah, I think the European division is exactly where Jake Richards should be focusing his attention right now. I'm not sure if he's ready for a world title push yet. And the European division has got some great talent there for him to hone his skills in. And here we go, in the title thief, Charlie Braddock. Looks slightly more normal than he did last time we seen him.
Seems to have spent some more of that earned money from Ronin Pro on some more attire. Still as elaborate as always, though.
Well, I think he has gone down the, shall we call it, the Hannibal Jacobs route. You know, his ring gear, his presentation is very elaborate, and that is essentially designed to throw his opponents off. You know, so maybe underestimate him a bit. Well, I can tell you folks, you underestimate Charlie Braddock at your own peril.
I think part of it as well, Max, for those of you who haven't followed his career during Ronin Pro, I think a lot of the successes actually went to the head of Charlie Braddock, and now without an actual title, as you mentioned, that title he holds, a Grand Championship, stolen from Ronin Pro.
It's grand larceny at its finest.
Right, yeah, we're still trying to get people to
I'm amazed, absolutely amazed we haven't been issued a lawsuit over this, Erwin, to be totally honest. I mean, he's brandishing a stolen title on TV. I mean, you know.
I think Josh Morgan, in charge of Ronin Pro, currently recognises Charlie Braddock as his own man and face those challenges on his own. We do not condone this from Charlie Braddock. There's 15 minutes on the clock of our first match up here.
Yeah, we'd also like to clarify that NEW had absolutely nothing to do with the theft of that title, and Charlie Braddock acted entirely on his own accord. And the mere fact that he wrestles here now is just one of those things. It's like a virus we thought we got rid of.
Well, some swift action here from Jake Richards to kick things off.
And now we've got the Kraken variant.
Nice strength. I thought he was going to throw Braddock over that top rope.
Well, that's that power game I was talking about that Jake Richards brings to the table, Erwin. I mean, that's both these guys' wheelhouse. These are not going to be the most technical wrestlers you've ever seen in your lives, but either these guys throw out a power bomb or a fall away slam, then you bet your ass the other guy's going to feel it.
That's Charlie Braddock. With that World Championship in mind, is going to have to climb the rankings somewhat to be in the consideration for that.
Well, you know, as much success and undisputed success, like him or not, that Charlie Braddock had in Ronin Pro, his career in NEW was very different, Erwin. You know,
it certainly was.
He was never, let's admit it, he was never a main eventer here.
A 14-day Intercontinental Championship run is the only thing on his record for NEW.
He was a solid hand, a good mid-card guy, and Charlie Braddock went away and proved himself somewhere else, and now he's come back home. But for some guys in the back, he still has something to prove despite all his success.
He's trying his best here, showing strength of his own. Oh, what a swinging neck breaker. Charlie Braddock.
But I know some of the veterans who were here last time, who are still here last time Charlie Braddock was in NEW, have mixed opinions about him, I would say. I think it's fair to say not the most popular guy in the locker room.
Again, holding a stolen title won't help that opinion. Richards back on the attack now, just scooping Braddock up into another backbreaker.
I mean, where do you stand on Braddock? Because just as a talent, Erwin, I mean, you're a former wrestler, you know his career, you know what he did in Ronin Pro. I mean, how far do you think he can go here in NEW?
I think that depends. I mean, for a lot of his career in Ronin Pro, he did seem to find benefit in a team. Oh, what a sweet Jesus! Out of desperation there, I think, from Braddock. Taking a beating at the hand of Richards, has to come back strong ascent on there. But yeah, I mean, perhaps the tag division is more where Charlie Braddock could find a home.
Well, the NEW is no stranger to stables, and I really wouldn't put it past Charlie Braddock to try and warp a few young kids' minds to do his bidding down the road. What a shot there by Richards.
Big discus fist.
Very focused performance by the young man here tonight. I think he knows exactly what a big win this would be for his career.
Trying to stop that rise. As Lobo Mysterioso did. Going for a pin here. Nearly had Charlie Braddock wrapped up with that elbow drop.
Yeah, I thought the force of that elbow was enough there to keep Braddock down for the free, I have to admit. Showed a lot of moxie to get his shoulder up.
Setting Braddock up. Gory special flatliner.
Just looks painful.
Contortion of the body. Somehow.
2.9. Braddock got his shoulder up.
Big splash from Richards, who did not appreciate that. Misses with a second one though. Looking for a neck breaker, blocked by Richards. He's just been effective in cutting off Braddock's momentum here.
Yeah, like, I have to be very impressed by what I've seen by Jake Richards here this evening. He hasn't wrestled for quite some time, which is what you said. Here we go, 2 count. Kick out again by Braddock. Hasn't wrestled for quite some time, as you stated in the opening, Erwin, and look how focused he's been today. Look how, frankly, how much he has outclassed Charlie Braddock at times in this matchup here tonight.
Just like that. Braddock looking to scoop Richards up, and a running power slam for his troubles as Richards reversed it. Another shot to the head.
You know, if I was Charlie Braddock, I'd maybe think about giving that stolen title back stop riding checks of his ego. His mouth clearly can't cash right now, and get his ass back down the gym and start focusing on his game a little bit more. I think you're absolutely right, Erwin. I think his ego's gone to his head. Well, you're in the big leagues now, champ. Oof. And kids like this are going to kill you if you're not focused.
Yeah,
Jake Richards is hungry.
I was about to say the exact same thing, Max. There is a hunger in Jake Richards. What a follow-away slam from Braddock, though.
Oh. Richards wants it. He really wants it. Every time you wrestle, you see it in him. You see it in his eyes. I think once a soldier, always a soldier for Jake Richards.
Big backdrop by Charlie Braddock. But again, just those swift responses from Richards.
He has been really sharp here tonight, I tell you.
Looking for it for a second time.
Whoever he's been training with deserves some great kudos.
Gory special flatliner cadet.
That's gotta be it. 2. Well deserved. Jake Richards, well deserved, young man. Absolutely cleaned his clock. Charlie Braddock back to the drawing board.
And if I know Charlie Braddock, that's only going to frustrate him further.
Well, that's going to do two things for Charlie Braddock as far as I'm concerned, Erwin. That's either going to damage his clearly huge ego, which wouldn't be a bad thing in my eyes, or it might just refocus him. And that's clearly what he needs, because there's a much better wrestler in Charlie Braddock than what we've seen here tonight. A well-deserved victory for Jake Richards.
Apparently Jane Madison is with Diana Simmons, who will be in action after the break. I'll go to Jane Madison now.
I'm here at this time with Dana Simmons. Dana, what are your plans for the future?
Well, James, Sin and I decided to take a little break, but we are back now with rested men's ready to kick some ass. And we've decided to go for singles gold fest this time. So after Valence is golden.
Seems to have got cut off there. We'll be back after the break. they are back. Well, unsurprisingly not alone.
You know, for my mind, this is just the strangest tale in NEW right now.
Cannot disagree. Manu kept control of his group with an iron fist.
So I got into a cap that smelled like vinegar. Stains that showed what's in the girl before.
Well, you know, we keep talking about that, Erwin, about how essentially the Reaper just gave up control of the group he created to Chris Jones, but ultimately it's been a while now. This new presentation has taken hold of these guys, and Chris Jones is clearly their leader. Can you say they've been more successful? Can you say they've had more title shots? I don't think so. I think a question needs to be asked now. Chris Jones has been given, what, a year to do something with these guys? How long has it been? How long is it going to take? How long will the Reaper accept this?
I think we are halfway through that time period now, and I think we're yet to see a victory from these guys. Since adopting the Jones Gang moniker,
the Reaper has been eerily silent about all of this.
All of them have been. Chris Jones giving very little details when he's been interviewed by Reno.
I asked Diana Simmons about this whole saga, this whole scenario, and she said simply, he's our leader, we trust him. That was it. That's all I got out of her. Phantom, excuse me. Diana Simmons, of course, her opponent here tonight.
Phantom ranking in at number 14. 4 years in NEW, a former NEW Women's Junior Champion of 9 days, a former 2-time NEW Women's World Champion of 474 days. Diana Simmons currently ranking at number 5, 7 years in NEW, former EFW Women's Champion of 107 days, a former 3-time NEW Women's Tag Team Champion of 449 days, and a former 3-time NEW Women's World Champion of 200 days.
A founding block of NEW's women's division.
Arguably one of the underlooked. Of course, competed on the very first Brawl against Alice Young, opening the match. A lock up, and already Simmons displaying that strength, big Samoan drop.
I tell you, if there would be some poetic justice if Brawl ever ends, and Diana Simmons is with the company that she closes that show. I think that would be a nice touch, and well deserved.
Quick dodge of that.
An absolute groundbreaking performer here in NEW.
Quick dodge of that elbow drop into a DDT, and all of a sudden the Phantom's in control. Diana Simmons back to her feet, and a huge big boot there.
Well, Diana Simmons won't care about the people at ringside. She won't care about the distractions and the mind games. It may slow her down from time to time, but ultimately, that's what's going to happen.
Huge crossbody off the top rope. Another big elbow drop. Simmons.
Sorry, Ewan, go on.
I was just going to say unleashing the pain here, but leg drop avoided. Phantom with an opening here, just laying out shots left, right, and centre. Huge Hurricane Rana.
She's an agile athlete, there's no doubt about that, the Phantom. She's a tough cookie, very technical, very quick,
and I think
psychologically unstable.
That was going to get a rope break, just looking to inflict damage on Diana Simmons while she can.
Yeah, it gives you an idea into the sinister attitude of the Phantom. She likes inflicting pain, I don't think there's any real doubt about that.
Sends Diana Simmons to the outside. And forearm went for a drop kick. Simmons managed to stop herself.
I think the Phantom just enjoys pain. You see, she's just twisted. She probably enjoyed that. getting rammed into those steel steps by that behemoth, Diana Simmons.
Jones gang getting in the way there. Diana Simmons heading back to the ring. Letting the count continue, not falling into that trap. Phantom now back in the ring. Oh! Hot clothesline. Leg drop. Another hard elbow drop from Simmons. Oh! Back to that leg drop, and again the Phantom got out of the way. Oh, huge gut wrench.
And that's incredible power. You look at the size difference between these two ladies, and that's not only impressive technicality, it's impressive power. I mean, the reversal here by Simmons is something you would expect from a lady her size, but the Phantom's not out of this one yet.
Phantom dodging that uppercut, Northern Light suplex into
beautiful
the pin.
bridge.
On those ropes, referee didn't see it.
Yeah, I mean, it clearly should have been a rope break there. I think you're absolutely right. The legs of Simmons was clearly under that bottom rope. Ref didn't see it.
Simmons kicking out at 2 anyway, but the Phantom continuing that onslaught.
That's happened a few times recently here at NEW. Our officials are usually of a very good standard, but there have been a few incidences like that when they have, frankly, got pins wrong.
Simmons blocking whatever the Phantom had planned there. Cynthia Violet cheering her on at ringside. Oh, sweep of the leg by Phantom. Simmons just trying to get back to a vertical basis.
Well, the longer that Emma Simmons is on the floor, the better news it is for the Phantom, in my opinion. Keep her off that vertical base as long as possible.
Targeting that spine every opportunity she had. Oh, super kick!
Yeah, she got all of that. Right on the jaw, that could be enough. 2. No! Well, that toughness of the Phantom shining through. She gets her shoulder off the mat. Only just. Diana Simmons stays focused. All business. It is the behemoth.
Rope. Big splash. Oh, still somehow the Phantom kicks out. Stunning Ushirai, that's what the Phantom was looking for earlier. Did not get her the win. Still focused on, oh, kiss of death. Still focused on Simmons, hooked for the pin. Oh, the Phantom just stole one. Somehow survived everything Simmons threw at her.
Yeah, that's
gotta give her credit. There was no interference that I saw.
Absolutely not. And you know what this means as well, Erwin. This is the first victory for the Jones gang, and it's come from the Phantom.
You've got to question what that means, like positioning wise. She's the only one of them that's picked up a victory. Is she going to be the leader now?
Who knows?
More questions than answers for me.
Yeah, how much of a democracy is the Jones gang? Let's find out. It was a plucky performance, no doubt about it, from the Phantom.
Well, we've got words from Fox back to Jane Madison.
I'm here at this time with Fox. Fox, you have a huge opportunity at Balance is golden to become women's champion and women's tag team champion. Fox.
Jane, ever since we made the 1,000+ day run, Foxy Valentines have had one goal in mind. Get all of the women's belts, and while Jane, the West for Foxy 4 belts could be over next week. But it's 2 tough matches and I wouldn't have it any other way. I have to beat the best of both divisions to do it. The Owls, Elysion. We've beaten them before, but it's never been easy.
Fox, thank you very much. We'll be back after the short break.
Back with our main event tag team action. Simon Youngblood and Cowboy Roy. We finally get to see it in their take on Magnum Opus.
Golden. star, they know what we are. Golden, always up the par, then we raise the bar. Golden, give me the applause, give me all the stars. Golden, it ain't worth holding if it ain't golden. Shining like a star, they know what we are. Golden, always up the par, then we raise the bar. Golden, give me the applause, give me all the stars. Golden, it ain't worth holding if it ain't golden.
Violence is Golden next week. Summit kicking off after that. Well, again, we've been promised this. Simon Youngblood and Cowboy Roy finally taking to the tag division.
It's nothing short of an experiment, and we're going to see if it works. Two of the finest single competitors I think we've ever produced here in NEW. Simon Youngblood, in an interview with me a few years back, said he would never go for any other title except the world title.
Yeah, I mean, both have had brief experiences in the tag division, but nothing serious and certainly nothing recent.
So we're going to see if two of the finest this company has ever produced, both in terms of performance and in character, can make it as a tag team. And it couldn't be a harder test, Erwin. Tag team specialist Magnum Opus built their legacy in the tag team division.
Yeah, it must be a huge mountain on both sides, arguably. Presuming that Magnum Opus are taking Bruce Brown and Brad Morse here tonight, Bruce Brown does have a title match next week to consider.
You know what? I know these guys are friends outside the ring. I know they have that wrestling academy together. I know they're tight. But to function as a team, to be successful as a team, could be arguably a slightly different skill set than being friends.
That much is true.
There's going to be a period of adjustment, I think, for both these guys, and they couldn't have asked for a harder test in my eyes, Erwin, than Magnum Opus, who are riding high right now, despite everything that's going on with Snake and all that unpleasantness between Rick Weaver and the veteran. You know, there is no question of their pedigree in the tag team division, absolutely none at all. And Cowboy Roy and Simon Youngblood, as good as they are as individuals, they are completely untested as a team. This is live, this is the main event. The stakes really couldn't be any higher. How much of a revival is Cowboy Roy truly going to have? Is this his last run? Well, there's a lot of questions here as well, Erwin.
Trying to think as well that interference by Chris Jones for a match Cowboy Roy was meant to have was what kind of spurred all of this on. That did end up as a tag match, but it ended up as a count out. Both of them just looking to beat the hell out of their opponents in as a receipt. This arguably a bit more orderly, although Magnum Opus will no doubt look to get under the skin of Cowboy Roy and Simon Youngblood here tonight. Well, no world champ.
I know Rick Weaver's in the building. I'm pretty sure he is. He was an hour ago. So it is interesting to see the fact that the world champion isn't here with his boys here tonight. Bruce Brown, Brad Moss, of course, Dave Duran, offering her support at ringside here tonight, and we know how dangerous the French Phenom can be. And let's not forget they recently lost those tag team titles to Hannibal Jacobs and Razor Parsons. They have something to prove in this division as well. We've talked a lot about their credentials, a lot about their history, and that is well documented and undisputed, but right now they're not top dogs in the tag team division, and they need to make that statement if they want to still compete in this division. You know, so Cowboy Roy and Simon Youngblood may have something to prove, but so do Bruce Brown and Brad Moss.
Throughout every incarnation of Magnum Opus, there has always been a sense of urgency to gather championships around their waists. I think that has been both a strength and a weakness for the team. There have been moments where that has gained them a large amount of notoriety, and there have been moments where it has also left the team unable to mend, if you will, to take a step back and re-evaluate.
Well, yeah, let's not forget, this is essentially a second incarnation of this group. You know, they've imploded before, they're not infallible. Rick Weaver claims that Magnum Opus are more influential, more together than they've ever been in their existence. Claims they're more profitable as a group now than they've ever been in their existence. They currently hold the world title and the European title within their ranks, and they have designs on both the Women's World Championship and the Men's Tag Team Championship.
Youngblood with a pin on Bruce Brown already. Only a 1.
If they were successful in all of those ambitions, they would quite literally run NEW, Erwin. They would be our most influential champions, our top champions in every division. Could you imagine the type of influence that they would yield?
That is certainly
with Rick Weaver at the centre of it.
The strategy they seem to be going for. Another boot to the gut.
Frankly, if Snake didn't hit Rick Weaver's guts right now, he would be proud of his apprentice. He taught him well.
Dragon suplex there by Bruce Brown after Simon Youngblood has taken the first minute from under Magnum Opus. Bruce Brown has seemed to recalibrate. Hanging Simon Youngblood up on that top rope. Tag made to Brad Moss, tag made to Cowboy Roy.
Yeah, Opus will have no problem with taking as many shortcuts as they can, and the Cowboy will not appreciate that one bit.
Stacked into a pin from a powerbomb, only a 1.
One of the most honourable competitors I think I've ever met inside that ring, Cowboy Roy.
I can certainly say he's much like myself, that set him off, and that anger can take hold and turn him into a certainly different type of aggressor in that ring. Brad Marcel looking for an armbar. Cowboy Roy escapes.
I think he's almost better when he's angry. Like, it's a scary thing to see, and you don't know what he's going to do, but when that rage descends, he's almost unstoppable.
Thanks to Simon Youngblood. I think that may help Roy having someone like Youngblood to remind him there's a referee watching his every move. Snap jab there from Youngblood.
Yeah, great left there by Simon Youngblood.
Has Brad Moss rocked and up and over the ropes. Oh, look at this, Durand cutting Simon Youngblood's manoeuvres around the ring off there. Larry Flanagan having a word with Dave Durand there. Brad Moss trying to get a pin on a still relatively fresh Youngblood. After that rolling, perhaps by himself sometime. Big Uranagi there.
Yeah, I think you have to believe there that Moss may have been playing a little bit possum when Youngblood came back into the ring.
Tag made by Brad Moss. Bruce Brown back in the ring, blocks that single leg drop kick. Delivers a hard clothesline.
You know, I'm really starting to, well, frankly, have issues with the attitude of both Bruce Brown and Brad Moss. You see these guys backstage nowadays, and you would genuinely think they own the place. They have the ear of the world champion. They're not pleasant guys to be around right now. Tag made.
Again, Bruce Brown, current European champion, has his own title match next week with Juan Gonzalez.
Yeah,
and
just
another arm by Brad Moss.
Just incredible pressure on Brown's shoulders, I think, to retain. Just could you imagine if, like, Rick Weaver's reaction if Bruce Brown was to lose the European title when they're trying to put all these pieces into play? It would be disastrous for the grand scheme of things.
There are certain names that have sweeping STF. There are certain names that have made that enemy list of Magnum Opus simply by being the better man on the night. Hannibal Jacobs, Razor Parsons and Juan Gonzalez definitely on that list.
Absolutely on that list. I think you could put Cowboy Roy and Simon Youngblood both on that list as well. Never in the tag team division as well, but before, but certainly in the world title hunt.
And I couldn't predict what a loss to Juan Gonzalez would mean for Bruce Brown and Magnum Opus.
Well, yeah, we know exactly how Rick Weaver feels about Juan Gonzalez, and it isn't very positively.
Big elbow drop to the back.
Zero respect for Juan's legacy or culture.
I mean, we're still wondering about the future of Dave Durand.
Oh yeah, I mean, this. I mean, you know, Rick Weaver's claiming that Magnum Opus is one big happy family, but, you know, there are a lot of question marks surrounding that group right now. There are a lot of ifs and buts.
Yeah, but it's being held together by his ego. Big bulldog by Brad Moss, though.
Well, it's certainly big enough.
Boot to the gut, hard back elbow. Youngblood coming alive once more.
Yeah,
as of this crowd.
If Youngblood is still breathing, he's still fighting. There is absolutely no quit in either of these guys. You know, from what I've seen so far as well, I've seen some positives. You know, some quick tags, some good communication, some decent corner work. I mean, that's only going to improve over time. The basics are there.
Cowboy Roy. Lone Star bomb to Bruce Brown.
And when you have moves like that, Erwin, game changers like the Lone Star Bomb, you've always got a chance of a victory.
Simon Youngblood looking to capsize. Discus forearm. Misses with a leg drop. Bruce Brown looking to take advantage. Simon Youngblood says no. Series of shots to the gut to free himself. Single leg drop kick. Youngblood coming alive, but yeah, tag made behind his back. Oof. Another hard back elbow. Butterfly face buster.
Beautifully executed by Simon Youngblood, as you would expect. Hook of the legs there by Brad Moss, maybe out of sheer desperation. But Simon Youngblood playing a little bit dirty with a kick to his own.
Look
Wait
at
a minute.
that leap to the top rope.
Yeah, just sprung up there, didn't he? Best moonsault in the
Oh,
business. Knees up.
Brad Moss had his knees up.
Great reaction there by Brad Moss. You got to give the devil his due.
Youngblood doing well to recover. Butterfly brainbuster.
Well, the butterflies tonight by Simon Youngblood, tag made. Clearly working on those arms of Brad Moss. Might not be a bad tactic, of course. That Moss code, that vicious cutter, the thing that brought Moss to the dance. Flying elbow, beautiful agility there by Brad Moss.
Stunts the Cowboys' offense off. Big suplex by Moss. Still no sign of Bruce Brown. Took that heavy Lone Star bomb before getting a tag in.
Yeah, realistically, Brad Moss is currently fighting Cowboy Roy and Simon Youngblood on his own. You can just and so see the body of Bruce Brown lying far right, kind of motionless at the moment, actually.
Roy fighting out of the corner. I thought he was making a tag, but he's stepping in, waiting. Spear! Bruce Brown's back at ringside.
Yeah, he's finally up.
Maybe fortuitous for Brad Moss here.
Yeah, he looked a little bit dazed, but he was back in his spot, and luckily for the Scottish spinebreaker, he was right in his own corner. That pin attempt.
However, after breaking up that pin, he turned his attention to Simon Youngblood. Cowboy Roy, thankfully for Simon Youngblood, noticed. STO by Brad Moss.
Yeah.
Pulling out another submission here.
Well, there's always been a technical edge to Moss's game that has certainly increased since his association with Magnum Opus, of course. Rick Weaver, arguably one of the best 4 or 5 technical wrestlers on our books.
Dropped face first into that turnbuckle pad. Double axe handle roundhouse on Brad Moss, just instinctually reaching for that bottom rope.
Yeah, I think, just saving as much energy as possible. Saw the rope, reached out for it after that vicious shot, and we know how hard the hands are of the Cowboy.
And he is schoolboy super kick.
Classic Simon Youngblood.
It's bust Brad Moss open. I think his head may bounce off the back of that. The back of his head, off that turnbuckle pad as well. That second turnbuckle
nasty
pad.
cut by the looks of it.
That's it.
You know what? I think Brad Moss might be out, Erwin, from that shot.
See if we can get a better angle of it here. Just think the way Moss's head rebounded, I think he essentially got 2 shots in one there. See here the super kick. The back of that head, I think, aren't just far back enough to connect to that turnbuckle.
I think you're absolutely right there, Erwin. It was a hell of a shot to begin with. That rebound off the turnbuckle definitely didn't help the matters. There was nothing the Scottish spinebreaker Bruce Brown could do about it, right under the nose of the official. And in their first act as a tag team, they have just brought down Magnum Opus.
We will see you next week, for violence is golden.